Hey fam, today's Bible study, we are in Philippians 2 verses 12 to 18, and it's a continuation of the previous scripture from yesterday. The very first word here that we're going to see is therefore. So if you want to refresh, go back and read yesterday's scripture. It was chapter 2 verses 1 to 11, and then we can just go on into this next section where it says, therefore, my dear friends, as you have always obeyed, not only in my presence, but now much more in my absence, continue to work out your salvation with fear and trembling, for it is God who works in you to will and to act according to his good purpose. Do everything without complaining or arguing, so you may become blameless and pure children of God, without fault in a crooked and depraved generation, in which you shine like stars in the universe, as you hold out the word of life, in order that I may boast on the day of Christ that I did not run or labor for nothing. But even if I am being poured out like a drink offering to the sacrifice and service coming out from your faith, I am glad and rejoice with all of you. So you too should be glad and rejoice with me. So here, I want to highlight those last couple of verses where Paul is saying that God hasn't left us alone. He's working in us. He's working in our hearts that we will and act according to his good purpose. So he hasn't just given us a calling and left us. He's with us. He's working in us. But then with being a child of God, we are to shine our light to the world around us. And he considers that shining like stars in the universe around us. So there's lots of darkness. You can see the stars at night, unless you're in the city where there's lots of light, things that obscure the vision. And I think this is what Paul is saying here is complaining and arguing are things that don't make our lights shine as bright. So in order to be faultless and to have a better testimony, be a better mirror of who Christ is, we are to do everything without complaining or arguing so that we can be a better testimony, so we can shine more brightly in the world around us, and that we can be more in depth in our testimony and the witness of what God is doing in our hearts. So if you're wanting to make an impact in the world around us, follow what this passage here says. We can tie it back even to verses 6 through 11 of this chapter, where it talks about God's attitude, where we are to have the same attitude of Christ. And so if you really want to go back to that and apply that here too, if we want to have that real impact in the world around us and shine more brightly, follow these things, because that's the only way that we can make the impact in a crooked and depraved generation.